1:25 a.m.
In the Big Brother.
in the Big Brother house. Crispy's
like
literally
quiz.
squeaking, being like, "What are you doing awake right now?" I don't know if you're aware, but it's the
Crispy.
witching hour.
It's not the witching hour. The
She's
witching
like-
hour is 3.
The witching hour is every hour Crispy should
Isn't it
be having
3:33?
cuddles.
I thought it was 6:66. Also known as 6 minutes past 7.
I thought it was 4:20.
Sorry, my phone was in your way. Sorry, of course.
So we're back again. Dude, you good? I'm Luke, that's Shannon,
Hi.
and there's also Jordan.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? It's 1:25 a.m., the day after we recorded the
You
last
said
episode,
that like
technically.
10 times now.
We have just
Sleepy.
watched Shaun of the Dead.
Everyone else is very, very tired. I am fine and ready to go. Shaun of the Dead is one of my favourites. So.
I'm not tired.
No, you're not tired?
No.
I'm not tired.
Sleepy boy.
with his pillow and his blankie
Yeah,
on
I got
his
a blankie.
throne.
I got a little pillow.
Jordan has a pillow behind his neck and he's
Pillow,
wrapped in his
blankie.
Jurassic Park blankie. He could fall asleep mid-episode.
If you hear snoring, that's what it is. But we are watching. Well, no,
We're
not
watching.
We are
I mean,
currently watching.
We're about to start the movie.
So, Shaun of
fuzz.
the Dead, opinion, thoughts,
I mean, love it. It's
10 out of
classic.
10.
good reviews, guys.
10 out of 10.
It's like, this has been the episode.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, because we're nerds, Shaun of the Dead is a movie directed by Edgar Wright. And it was released in 2004, featuring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, who also did Spaced beforehand, which is great. And I'm a big fan of Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead, great movie.
Zero Shia LaBeouf in this one.
Zero Shia
Zero
LaBeouf in Shaun of the
Shia
Dead.
LaBeouf.
There was, however, was it Martin Sims and Matt Lucas and David Williams and lots and lots of cameos from a lot of British, I'd say,
I mean,
actors.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Not to be confused with Bill Nye.
David was played by the guy from Black Books. I always forget that it's the same guy, I think. Isn't it? Yeah,
Black Book.
Irish guy.
I can't think what it's called.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm trying to think.
But yes, Patrick. No, maybe not. That's just me.
Patrick
being-
Warburton.
Yeah. But basically, it's a perfect... I don't know how else to describe it other than a perfect movie.
Does it take the mick out of Dawn of the Dead?
Yes.
Because I don't think I've
The
ever
whole
watched Dawn
parody...
of the Dead.
The whole title is a parody of...
No, I know the title is obviously a parody of it, but I don't know if it similarly follows the
There
sequence.
are shots and scenes that mimic it.
Yeah.
But it's not like... From what I remember of the original Dawn of the Dead, it's not 100% on
Yeah, it's not just
point.
ripping it off.
No.
Yeah.
It is its own thing, and that's what makes it... It's not like a spoof, you know? And I think that's what separates it from other kind of comedy horrors, especially of the time in the early
Yeah.
2000s. Comedy horror was very much spoofy, take the mick out of. You had, like, was it Stan Helsing and stuff like that?
Yeah,
like,
and Scary Movie.
yeah, and Scary Movie,
I
and
remember that.
they were great, but they weren't original, whereas Shaun of the Dead, even though it constantly harks back to different Easter eggs to do with, like, you know, Evil Dead,
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead. Like, it's not just Dawn of the Dead, it's every single kind of horror movie, essentially, that Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and Edgar Wright adore.
Yeah,
and
I
they've
was,
just put constant references in.
I was going to say, instead of like a spoof, it's more of an homage.
Yeah, it's an homage. It's just... It's a love letter to horror, I think, but done in their own way.
I did like, so we watched it with the little fun facts.
Yes. What was it
things.
called? The Zombometer soundtrack.
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Zombometer soundtrack on the DVD and the extras.
Which, if you're looking for it, is under the subtitles section, by the way. Didn't
Yeah.
even know this existed until...
Today. And I'm very glad to watch it because I watched the movie so much I know it off by heart anyway. So for me, that was really interesting to find out all these new facts.
Yeah.
Like the fact that everything mimics things that happen later on in the movie as well. And I just think that's really an interesting way of putting foreshadowing in a movie.
Yeah, and all the little nods to, like, other different
Yeah,
zombie
like the
things
Battle
that they
Royale
had. Yeah.
poster that they had in the background. The fact that they were pointing out that, you know, behind, was it Bill Nye? Behind his head when he was in the chair, there was a teenage picture
Yeah.
of Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
And silly little things like that. It's so well thought. The fact that there's constant references in there as well. For example, the guy that says that dogs can't look up, that's a reference to Alan from Spaced, which was the thing I was telling you about that you need to watch, which was their
There was a lot of
proper
space
work.
references, weren't there?
So many space references, and it's just perfect piece of movie as far as I'm concerned. I feel like if someone else doesn't speak, I'm just going to keep ranting for an hour.
I have not watched Spaced or heard of it. What is that one about?
So good. It's basically Simon Pegg meets. I believe it's actually the woman that plays. Is it Siobhan, the person that survives at the end that comes to the army?
Yeah.
With them. Her and Simon Pegg basically pretend to be a couple to get a flat together in London. They're just friends. They just become friends basically, and it's just about kind of their life. He's trying to illustrate. He's working in a comic book shop, but it's like he really likes to draw. She's like trying to make something of himself, and it's kind of just it divulges into such insanity.
Oh.
But it's all about the different people that live. Like there's a landlady that lives in the thing upstairs, like in different flats. You know, like a house in London. There's like an artist Brian on the second floor who's absolutely insane. You would crease at him. It's just great. It's great, but it's all the same cast because they've all done it together as they've come out in, you know, the early 90s, because Spaced it's older than all the Cornetto trilogy.
I will say Shaun of the Dead is a very British reaction to a zombie apocalypse.
Yes, very much so.
When the zombie apocalypse first starts and he's just going about his day, going to the shop, getting like his usual routine stuff, not paying attention to a single thing. I'm like, yeah, I can see that happening. I would do that for sure. Yeah.
If you don't pay attention to what's going on, you just get onto autopilot.
Yeah, like people shuffling about. That's the usual. Everyone's tired, man.
The fact that they're just like, cricket bat.
Yeah.
Where's the cricket bat? It's like, yeah, no, that's what we'd have to reach.
What would you use in your house?
In my house, baseball bat.
Sledgehammer.
Somewhere. Oh yeah, sledgehammer. Yeah, that'd be a strong one. I don't know where the
Bed
Problem
knife.
is the overcompensating swing.
But yeah, no, I'd get my baseball bat.
I think
First.
I'd go for baseball bat, but then I think it'd splinter. I do. I would probably maybe
that's
go,
why I do like the metal
Don't
shovel.
we have like a shovel that's like a do really narrow serrated?
Tactical shovel.
My Root Slayer.
Root Slayer
Would be good actually.
Root
Yes.
Slayer would be good. Root
What?
Slayer.
Yeah, I was going to
Seriously,
say
that's what's called.
Monster kill.
It's Root Slayer. It's a particular type of like. I think it's technically a spade, not a shovel.
Right.
And basically, if you imagine, it's got quite a angled point there. The sides are actually serrated like a saw. So that if you're like going to the side of the root, you can stamp down on the sides. It's got like reinforced metal to stamp on. So you can,
that would actually
and
be
it
alright.
like really, the idea being it literally slays roots. So if you're digging holes and you find a big root, because obviously you don't want to be like trying to get your saw into the soil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's actually really handy. Yeah.
Another one
I can picture an infotainment trailer, like advert for like, do you men need a root slayer? Are your roots out of control? Are you tired of using the same old shovel? No! Buy the Root Slayer 8000 to slay your roots!
Is it Root Slayer 8000 or
And then
5000?
it's like,
This episode of Dude You Got is in no way sponsored by Root Slayer.
5000.
but you can sponsor Root Slayer, you can sponsor us. And it's like, I killed 8,000 roots in 10 minutes with my new Root Slayer 5000.
I'd also go get my P-Fel tools, just because I feel like they'd be very good to have in your pocket as in close
Your
contact.
P-felt tools?
P-Fel. No, yeah, so, you know my chisels for my lino cutting?
Oh.
Like, they've got, like, the perfectly rounded handle, and they kind of come out, and...
Yeah, but that's
they'd be...
you gotta be close proximity.
Yeah,
to
but
that.
how handy would that be to have in your
Just last
pocket?
minute.
Yeah,
as a
you
backup?
could have them on like
because
a belt.
you could be like,
for sure.
I mean, yeah.
and it's just, you could lobotomize instant.
I'd
done.
go with a hatchet.
we
Hatchet
have a
is always
hatchet?
good.
I'd find one. What
We
about
did
your little
have-
pickaxe?
Pickaxe is
Matic.
good.
The mattock. Yeah, but then doesn't the thing go down?
That's the
mattock?
problem. The
You
handle's
see,
not
we
that
used
great
to
on the
have
Matic.
we used to have an axe that had like a hammer on one side and an axe on the other, and like a
hammer
crowbar on the top. It was a crazy
A
multi-tool.
crowbar on the
It had
top,
a little
like a
crowbar
three.
thing, like a thing.
And multi-tool axe.
Multi-axe.
My
I don't know if we still have it, but
They
that
said
would
it
be
couldn't
really
be born.
useful.
So powerful.
Do you know what I mean? You'd have whatever option you'd want, really.
I think there's just so many old tools in like just
So
the
many.
corner of sheds.
Yeah.
I mean,
In
crowbar's
all
classic.
of England, that would be so powerful. Crowbar, yeah. You gotta have a crowbar, because they hook nicely. They hook onto a belt nicely.
Mallets.
Mallet. You could use those tool belts that have
Just
like all the
To
sections.
hold a load
yeah.
of tools and basically be invincible. Screwdriver's great, but once again, close contact.
Close combat. And like,
screwdriver's
you know,
great.
would you use a Phillips or a
Unless
Any
you
other
unless you
head.
could Hitman it, unless you could 47 it. If I could actually do what I can do when I am Agent 47 out and about, could fling things, right?
Shannon.
I know I can take out thousands
Greatest respect,
with
Shannon.
screwdrivers.
Shannon, with the greatest respect.
I practiced.
Now, Shannon, I don't think you could stealth. You're too gassy. Shannon, you'd be like behind a wall. Say you
Not even
practice your
just-
throwing,
no, right,
you'd be
yeah.
behind a wall and then you just suddenly burp so loud.
Right, okay, so maybe, because it's zombies, I'm not saying so much I need to be stealthy, but if I could master the actual, the aiming and the footing, I could really, with a screwdriver, I could somebody up.
Yeah, but then you gotta go get it.
No, you just have a belt
Here's-
full of loads
right.
of screwdrivers.
You will run out.
Screwdriver bandolier.
Yeah.
The problem with throwing
things.
things, short of it being attached to a rope, you have then lost your weapon.
Yeah, you
and
could
you
pray
can
it.
only throw things so many times.
Handy weapon, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they were throwing vinyls, which I
That was
love
such
that
a-
scene.
I just
Such
the way
a
he's
good
like
scene.
deciding which ones to throw
Like,
as well.
Yeah.
Oh no! But that is very relatable to any person that collects vinyls as
Yeah.
well, because it's like this stuff I'd throw, but I'd never do it because I
throw
love
it.
vinyls too much. But like to just swing it,
I like how much how they threw them and then the amount that just kind of veered away the way
As
it
it would.
absolutely would.
because it would. But it's like the shatter, everything, just everything about the movie's perfect.
And one of the best scenes is literally when he's in the pub and he sees all the zombies at the door.
Yeah.
And he just pulls the blind down
He
so he
just
doesn't
pulls
see
the
them. Like, you know,
turns the light off and
relatable.
just nope. When he's trying to, when is that? That's when he's trying to fix the fuse, isn't it? So
Yeah.
they can get the telly on.
Yeah.
I always get emotional when Bill Nighy's dying in the car. Spoilers.
I get emotional at so many films. Doesn't trigger me, that one.
Just all of it. I'm just an emotional human though, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really get me. But
Same with his mum.
yeah, his mum is. I'd say his mum is like quite a sad scene to be fair.
Yeah, it's quite
for,
a sad
for what
scene.
the film is.
Like, it's very much a left turn from the rest of the movie. But I like the fact that it does that, and they do that in all the Cornetto trilogy. Like, they're comedies, but there's always a bit or scenes where they do take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of slow down, and it's like, there's point for the dark humour, the laughs, all this. But there's always a bit where it's like, focus on what this actually is.
Yeah, I do like the tone
Do you know
shift,
what I
but
mean?
and then it goes, but then it goes
then it
right
goes-
back to being silly
Like, that's
goofy.
what it is. That's why it's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't dwell on it too much, but it does have that moment. It keeps that space for these things.
The Cornetto trilogy, for those who don't know, is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, At World's End,
Yes.
The World's End.
The World's End.
Sorry.
It's the name of the pub.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All
Sorry.
three of them involve pubs. Very British kind
Yeah.
of centric.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the order, yeah.
What was
It's
I gonna
great. Grab that thought.
say? Get the thought back.
Jordan's already asleep. Go,
Get
grab the thought.
back.
Grab the thought. The
Thinking of the movie.
I will say the effects struck me as very good.
effects are great.
There wasn't a single scene where I thought that just looks bad.
No.
Yeah, because it's mostly makeup, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really.
it's actual practical
Practical
effects.
stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why even, well, I mean, what was it, 2004?
Yes.
So it's the same time as
See,
iRobot, the previous
Yeah,
one. And
CGI could
CGI,
have been used, but at the end of the day, when you're paying homage to
yeah.
classic horror,
Yeah.
you can't use CGI.
And then British films like that tend to not be CGI.
Yeah. One budget, it would just be rude of them to constantly put in Easter eggs and homages and references. And,
Yeah.
Because it's a love letter to horror. It'd be rude of them to then just be like, well, let's just CGI it. Because
Yeah.
that's not what horror is. Like, all the classic is physical effects. It's practical effects.
I will say the most horrifying thing was a £549 kettle.
In the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never noticed
Yeah,
that
when
before.
he's in the shop and just behind him is a bunch of kettles and one is priced at £549, and I don't know if it's a weird camera angle that would make sense from a different angle or what, or if
I reckon it was
or
just
if they just
someone,
put the
like,
kettles
putting
on those
it there.
shelves.
Yeah, I think someone was just like, "Pff, how much should we label this? Or I know, something ridiculous. And it's just
Well, the
like, let's
label's
see
already
if anyone's
there.
going to complain about it. Do you know
What
what
can
I
we
mean?
put on the shelf?
Will anyone be like,
I like that whilst we're in the midst of this zombie apocalypse in the pub and like the walls kind of falling around behind them, they are thinking, oh, the TV will definitely be broadcasting something. We're a bit bored. Let's see what's broadcasting on the TV. Who's broadcasting in a
Literally
zombie
nothing.
apocalypse? But it is sort of the kind of classic thought you have, especially like in power cuts and
Yeah.
things, you know?
You're
Like,
just
oh,
there
I'll
like,
just watch
well,
TV. And it's
I
like,
need
oh,
to do
nothing's
something.
on.
It's like, oh, yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everyone's dead. Or fled from zombies.
How do you think millennials will hold up with a zombie apocalypse? Because I don't think, well...
If there's a load of zombies, they ain't bothered about going to Tesco and taking the cheese out the fridge or the beans off the shelf.
Shannon immediately like, if I'm in a zombie apocalypse, I've got to get the cheese.
I'm not saying I could survive.
Oh, I couldn't survive. No, I wouldn't be bothered to.
No.
In no world, in my brain, do I go like, oh yeah, really want to make it through this.
No, thank you.
Like...
Because what's going to be on the other end?
You have definitely talked to me about your extensive bridges that you were going to build across rooftops.
Oh, it's all...
It would work.
Yeah, I've watched Half-Life 2. I've played Half-Life 2. I know what I'm doing.
Thing is, like, the closer... Obviously, the bigger cities are going to be the worst spots.
Yeah. No. Birmingham, done. London, done. Manchester, done. The cities
Scotland,
are done.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, fine.
Glasgow, maybe not.
Oh.
Well, Glasgow, yeah.
Wait, do zombies keep the...
Accents?
No. Would
Indistinct, like, moaning with a Sky guy. I don't even know how you do a zombie moan with a Scottish accent.
I was going to say, so obviously, just because we brought up Glasgow, train spine, detoxing zombies, what would happen there? Would zombies detox? Would it be, like, absolute bedlam in Glasgow when the zombie apocalypse
What, like they're
turns
going
up?
through withdrawals?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's the body that goes through the withdrawals, and even though the zombie's dead, it's still going through withdrawals.
But then you've got the logic of even if your body was going through withdrawals, the sweats and everything, like that would imply that you'd have enough nerve reaction, which they don't have because they don't feel pain.
Dead. Okay.
So
the
no.
body...
Oh, no, hang on. We don't know they don't feel pain.
But they just
can't
power
talk.
through it. They're absolute units.
Yeah, to be fair, no, because they can just be, like, chopped in half and keep walking. As long as the brain isn't destroyed, then I feel like if they were in pain, they'd be like, and
Yeah.
just not walk about for a bit.
Yeah, they're probably like, ow.
But
like,
they're not. They're just like,
yeah.
and they just keep going.
So I don't think they can go with through withdrawal with the fact that they're dead.
Undead.
But they have to die first. And so that's kind of like a clean slate, isn't it? And even if because their blood isn't pumping...
If their blood isn't pumping, how do they splatter so much when you hit them?
Well then...
Because that's what causes the splatter, isn't it? The pumping of the heart is what causes things to spray.
Phrasing. The pumping causes the splatter.
The pumping...
The eruption of the viscous liquid.
So you pump a zombie... enough that they...
What I'm saying is...
They explode everywhere. So you're pumping zombies, yeah. So you're surrounded by zombies.
The zombie.
And you're pumping them.
You shoot you shoot the zombie, and the blood goes, and it's all like everywhere. Because as we said, you got red on you, and how does it spray everywhere if it doesn't have the arterial the pump to spray it? If it doesn't have the pump to splooge it, what are we doing? I don't understand.
Well, I don't think it's a...
How does it...
Well, I think this is when artistic license comes in. Because at one point, someone's being pulled out the window, they dig into this person's stomach, and then two humans, let's assume the zombies have superhuman strength, two humans rip legs off. Like, full-on, straight rip through. So I'm going to say there's some creative license here, because a zombie does tear a head off and walk away with it as well.
But that's where you drew the line, just so I know.
Yeah, that's
everything else was good.
Yeah, everything else was solid.
But that was the issue.
Yeah, I think that was a bit unrealistic.
I mean, it is like the most gory death in the film.
Yeah, it is. It's perfect.
But like you say, it's such an arsehole character, you don't care.
He's the worst. David's the worst. He deserved that.
He is like a horror character. Yeah.
There we go. And what
zombie
was,
apocalypse breaking a window.
Was that a homage to
It was,
death in Dawn of the Dead? Or was it something else?
It was another classic death, wasn't it?
I like the fact that he works in a little shop to reference Evil Dead.
Because Ash worked.
Ash Williams.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I don't understand how blood sprays out of a zombie when there's no...
I think it's just artistic license.
It's the same thing with vampires, though. It's something I've argued about with my fiancé many a time. Because it makes no sense.
Do you think a zombie heart beats?
No, because dead.
You see, with vampirism, you could argue that maybe the heart does still beat because you have to stake the heart. With vampirism in particular.
But then, are we going with BBC Dracula, in which what defeats Dracula is...
Love.
No, what is it? Like the beliefs that people have held of him over time?
Yeah, something like that. The last
like
episode's
everyone
so
believing
awful.
in the theories has made him believe them as well, which has made them his weakness.
But I thought vampires were also referenced as undead, no?
Oh yeah, because aren't zombies classed as living dead?
Yeah.
But it's what I'm saying. So, like, the argument of zombies in particular versus vampires, I don't think they survive off the same mechanics. Because the whole, like, having to pierce the actual heart of the vampire would lead you to believe that the heart is... Whereas with a zombie, it's clearly the brain...
That's the focal point that you need to destroy.
And with werewolves, it's their tummy.
It's any silver weapon, anything.
I was going to say, just so allergic.
Skeletons or toes?
Definitely toes.
Skeletons of the toes, really?
Yeah, you just take away the toes and then they can't walk anymore.
Yeah, they just concertina out.
Good to know.
Skeletons are held together by toes, yeah, it's crazy.
I'll remember that next time we're playing D&D.
No!
Skeletons are held
And
together
the toes
by
are miraculously covered in silver-lined boots. You can't get to them.
No!
Not the silver-lined boots. That's not allowed.
But no, I like you say, I do think that like a lot of the whole setup in the first half and then mirroring it in the second is so well done.
It is really good, and I didn't realise how much... I don't think I would ever realise how much it mirrors without the little
Things.
factoids.
I mean, I picked up on a few things, obviously, over the years when I've watched it.
Yeah.
Because you notice more and more
You're
things
there,
as you
like,
go.
it is... You notice how the scenes are the same, like the scenes from the first shop to the second shop are the same. And, like, you do start to notice things like that.
Like, the imagery is the same, but, like,
the
when they're in the
little
pub...
references where it lines it up, everything that Ed was saying to Shaun about what they should do.
Yes.
And then that actually becomes the plan that they have down the line. And it's like, that's really interesting and smart how it's just kind of constantly leaving breadcrumbs for you to find along the way.
And the character names.
Yes,
like
how they
referencing how
rhyme
their ends.
with what they'll die or how they'll end. So
Because Liz lives.
Yeah.
Sean's
Sean's
born
reborn.
again. Sean's reborn, yeah.
Ed
Ed's dead. Barbara ends up as a cadaver,
Pete-
I think it rhymed it with. Yeah.
Pete
gets eaten.
Gets eaten. Barbara is a cadaver. Philip.
I can't remember what it was for him.
I don't remember one being for Philip.
Phil?
Oh, Phil could be Kill.
Maybe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was for a lot of them. And it was just, that stuff I never even would have thought about. But they had a lot of that, though, that I just didn't even realise was in the movie. It's just very smart, creative writing. And that, what more could you want, really?
Do you agree? It's a good film. It's a good
10
film
out of
all
10.
around. Yeah. It's
10 out of 10.
fun, goofy... I wouldn't really... it's not really horror, you know. It's not scary.
No.
I'd say if you watch this as
I
a
don't know.
child...
I was going to say, there's a certain age I could see it being, because it is still gory in places.
Yeah, it's still a little gory. Yeah. But, like, I think as an adult, it's just, like, a fun little film, to be honest.
It's on the enjoyable scale.
I would definitely say it's on the enjoyable scale.
Well, no, like, it's not like a film where I'm like, okay, I can't sleep until I've watched Moana now.
Yeah.
To purge my mind.
You guys are so weird.
You don't need a calm down film
You guys
afterwards.
are now like, oh, this is scary. But, you know, from a certain age, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I watched Saw when I was 11.
Yeah, man,
I thought
that's
it was
what we call
hilarious.
emotional scarring.
No, you guys are weird.
I watched Signs when I don't know how old when Signs came out in the cinema.
Yeah.
I watched it and
Yeah.
it scared me shitless.
I
was too young to watch Signs, I think.
I watched The Fog as a child. Messed me up.
And the thing is, several people I know that are the same age as me, that we all went to school, have had the same discussion, and we were all too young to watch Signs because we all got messed up by the same scene.
Which scene is that?
There's a scene where he goes into like a neighbour's house and it's like trapped in the pantry or something, and he has like the knife looking under the reflection. And it's more the suspenseful build up you have leading towards it
than the actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all, like, Signs messed with all of us.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. You see, for me, the thing that proper still messed me up was Final Destination 2 with the login truck. Final Destination is something that has constantly, since I saw it, kept coming back into my brain because it is so perfectly. What are you going to do to defeat that? There's nothing you can do.
Wrap yourself in
It's
pillows.
gonna get you.
Yeah,
It's still going to get you.
Make sure that your feet aren't
It'll
sticking out
get
your
you.
quilt so it can't grab you.
It's going to get you. But yeah, no, I do think the second, though, that you reveal the movie monster, it's kind of scary.
And particularly, I think, having watched it as an adult, Signs, you're just like, this is just dumb.
Is it sort of like a Cloverfield situation?
Well, it's not just that. It's like the aliens have all this advanced technology. They've come to invade Earth, and they're defeated by water.
Yeah.
They're like physically burned by water.
You'd think with the advanced technology they'd scan the planet and go,
Well, you don't even need that.
That's
like
a lot
90%
of water.
water,
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't need to scan it. Coming into land, you'd be like,
and be like, that's a lot of water.
hang on, guys.
That's a weird amount of blue land.
Why is it moving?
So, yeah, like...
Is Shine's the mashed potato?
No, that's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Sorry.
I knew exactly what it was on about, though.
Yeah, you did.
So yeah, it's like, because again, Signs is one of those that for a very long time you are witnessing. It's much like with Shaun of the Dead. It's the same principle. You're witnessing kind of like this thing happen and people's reaction to it. Like there's very brief, like there's a clip on the news or something where a silhouette just walks past.
Yes.
And they're trying to figure out what it is. And it's almost funny when you watch it because obviously the family one by one they start putting the tinfoil hats on as they start to believe more and more in this thing. But like I say, as a child when you watch it, the momentum kind of builds up with you and you get creeped out by it a lot more.
Sounds like an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Thank God there weren't any zombie birds in there.
Right?
They're all in screen.
That's the thing as well.
How does it never spread to animals?
Well, it does in some things.
It does. Resident Evil, you have zombie dogs.
And actually, there was a factoid that said there was meant to be a scene about a dog eating its owner, so this one does, which means that maybe those pigeons that guy ate...
Zombie pigeons!
That's one of the things I wanted to say. Yes, I got sidetracked. So on about like as obviously things start to descend further and further.
It's so subtle, but it's so
and it is
subtle.
But then you see like Simon Pegg's character Shaun start to react more and more. But it's like the guy's like eating the pigeon, and like it cuts just before he eats the pigeon. But like he's just looking at it like he'd be like, "Yeah, this is London. I kind of get it." But
That's the thing. Look, living in a big city, I have
see
been
weird
there
stuff.
where you're just there, just.
He's like bewildered, but he's not concerned at that point.
No,
you're just like, oh, one of those days.
See the growing concern as it just gets like progressively. When him and I want to say Siobhan, so I'm going to say Siobhan. When him and Siobhan are in front of the car where there's clearly been an accident because someone's died.
Yes,
yeah.
They're like proper like doing CPR on him and trying to take him away, and they're just there chatting, having a lovely conversation.
Completely numb to all this stuff.
Numb to all of it, and it's very, very realistic though because you don't notice that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is, you know, you're just
Crispy
out doing
gets
your
it.
life. Crispy gets it. Crispy's here for the zombies. Hi, Quisp.
Hello.
Quisp.
So, what do you think, out of all the zombies across all media,
Oh no. I knew this would eventually happen.
is like the worst zombie to encounter and then like the best zombie to encounter? So like the most defeatable versus the least defeatable.
I mean, obviously the most defeatable is your classic shambler.
Your classic Romero
You're a
zombie.
classic shambler.
Your classic Romero's.
Yeah.
That is the best. Your Dawn of the Dead's.
I think the worst is going to have to be...
28 days later.
See,
I'd have to go 28 days
I'm
later.
leaping media to games now, and I'm thinking more your classic kind of like almost more like the
I'm
jockey.
going Last of Us.
Oh, like the witch?
Well, is the witch a zombie, though? She's a bit... She falls a little... I wasn't going to count the witch, because she is a little bit... But then you have, like, the massive tank zombie kind of situation, which you're just like, yeah, you're pretty screwed in that situation. But, like, I find the jockey one, like, the fast and leaping and stuff where you, like, literally can't predict it kind of thing. But maybe even that classic kind of, like, bloater boomer situation.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. You would not be one
would
to
be
be
terrifying, though.
I think Last of Us would be the worst because of the spores.
Yeah.
Because it spreads through
The
spores and they mutate and they
The
run.
Last of Us is the fact that it's probably the most closest thing that we would ever actually get to a possibility of a zombie apocalypse. Because it is a real thing. It's based off of a parasite that can't get to us purely because we are too hot for it. The second that
straight.
The second that fungus can evolve, but
I think the worst thing about The Last of Us zombies is like, irregardless of the fact it runs, it's got all these mutations and the clickers and everything, and you get those huge bloaters, is that zombies always attack you, and in every movie someone is like pushed down by a zombie and they're like this close to your face. Last of Us zombies, their weird fungus stuff can extend out into you. So you're not safe even pushing them back.
No.
So that last-ditch effort is irrelevant with The Last of Us zombie.
Yeah, no. Well,
you're done for.
Like, with the Resident Evil zombies, I think.
Yeah.
Like, the dogs and lickers. Is it Resi 2? Is it the lickers that, like, stick to the ceiling and then come down? They kind of got, like, the brains and the long tongues, and they really mess you up. That and the regenerators that have, like, the spikes. They're basically invincible.
Yeah.
Like, Resident Evil for zombies have a lot of scary ones.
Yeah, Resident Evil, to be fair,
Like,
they are quite brutal. Is Resident
what's
Evil
it
the one
called?
with Raccoon City?
Yes.
Is that, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that,
Umbrella.
Yeah. Oh, Crispy.
Yes, Crispy.
She's like 2 a.m. spoiled time.
I'll see you at 5.
For more spoil time.
But yeah, Shaun of the Dead.
Perfect
really good
movie.
film. Good little... I think a good Halloween film. Not because it's scary, but because it's
I
kind
wouldn't
of
even
like...
call it a Halloween film. I just think it's a great film.
I'm not saying it is a Halloween film, but I'm saying it's a good one to watch at Halloween if you need an excuse to watch a movie.
No, you just watch an actual horror movie.
Like the next one we're reviewing. Alien.
I don't think Alien's a horror movie, and I've only watched the one true Alien, the one with snow.
Yes, the one with Jon Snow in it.
What?
Alien vs Predator.
Right, no.
That's the only one I've watched. It's the only one I know of. I never know what it's called. I just remember a snow scene, and Jordan has to remind me every time.
But yeah, come back later for Alien.
Come back later where we
And then possibly maybe Aliens.
talk about anything other than Alien.
Wait,
Predator. Terminator.
Can I pick the next nostalgia films?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you say episode 50 was supposed to be Shannon Lad? Well, it's got to be early 2000s.
Early 2000s it is. I'll find something.
Well, this has been the episode. We definitely recommend you watch Shaun of the Dead. It's super good. Check out the other films as well. Hot Fuzz, The World's End. The World Ends. Really good films. I've been Luke. It's now 7 minutes past 2 a.m.
2004 Saw. Yes. Right, anyway.
I've been Luke. That's been
I'm so glad I'm not an actual member of Dude You Good and I can leave.
This is Jordan, who's joined us for 3 episodes now.
No.
So many episodes.
3 movie reviewers.
Soon a 4th.
We've been a little, it's been 2 a.m. for us.
Yeah, I won't lie, it's been sleepy energies.
It's been big sleepy energies, so, but yeah, check out our other stuff, caffeineourminds.co.uk, Caffeine Our Minds on Instagram, Caffeine Our Minds on YouTube, Dude You Good on YouTube as well. We've got so many other things, so many projects and podcasts, and we want to keep doing more. We have a Patreon as well that's technically up, but we need to put stuff on it, but you can support us there. That's Caffeine Our Minds on Patreon.
The link to which is on our website.
The link to which is on our website.
Ooh, The Ring.
Oh no, not The Ring, I've watched that before.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.